Hello everyone, on day 16 of Nano. I have to keep my voice down a bit because my father's gone to bed and he's in the room behind me back there, so I don't want him to think I'm talking to myself, so I'm sorry if you can't hear me very well in this one. Another day after day, and I said I knew where I wanted to go. I actually had my notes here. See, notes! With a really bad wolf doodle up the top there. That's what I did at work. Anyway, so I went with them. I've only got the little bit at the bottom to do. I'm not going to do any more tonight because I'm comfortable with what I wrote, but I know if I wrote the next part, it wouldn't quite come out right. I haven't got the right feel for that part. If that makes any sense. Yes, I wrote 2,625 words today, which brings me to 42,119. Yay! Do a little happy dance. No, I won't do that because I can't dance. Anyway, music, before I forget. I knew I wanted to play this at some point because this is a really, really creepy CD. I will probably have to listen to this tomorrow as well. I had 30 Days of Night today. This is really scary. But I have a cat back here to protect me. See him? Anyway, on with the novel. There are no cats in my novel. Yes, I left it yesterday with Cole having been kicked in the face. Sorry, Cole. So basically, a big part at the beginning of what I wrote today is him coming around. It's a slow process. Doesn't come easily, even to a werewolf. You got kicked across the face. That's gonna hurt. And if it knocks you out, it's not fun. So he wakes up. First thing he realizes is that it's dark. He also realizes that it's cold. It's a distinct scent of dust where he is, and the floor's hard. It's not a bed. So yeah, I think we can see where this is going. He's not at home. This isn't comfortable. You know, this is not good. When he opens his eyes, he's like, wait a minute, this isn't familiar. He can't see clearly for a long time. His vision is very blurry. As, you know, I'm sure would be the case if you got kicked across the face. I can't write this from experience because I'm lucky enough to have never been kicked in the face. Anyway, he turns his head to the side, kind of rolls to the side more than anything, and opens his eyes and he sees Sofia. Sofia's awake. She looks fine. She doesn't look happy, but she looks fine. She's kind of sat on the floor, and Felipe has his head on her lap. Felipe is unconscious, has blood all down the side of his face. Oh no! Sofia actually does go on to say that Felipe will be alright. So it's okay. Felipe's okay. Apart from the fact that he's still out cold. And Carl realises there's something a bit off about this picture. And he realises that what's off about the picture is that there are bars between him and Sofia and Felipe. And he thinks, are they in a cage or am I? He turns his head to the other side. There's actually a werewolf beside him behind more bars. At first all he sees are the teeth and the eyes. Did that the wrong way around, the teeth and the eyes. He manages to lift his head up long enough to see that there are no bars that way, down. It's a door. So yeah, it comes out that Cole's not in a cage. He just drops on the floor because he's not a threat. Cole's in a bit of pain. If you remember, he got hit by that vampire. He has a broken collarbone, basically. The vampire shattered his collarbone with a single blow. Because she's mean. Cole has a bit of a panic when he realises exactly where they are. He puts the pieces together, even with, pain and grogginess, and he recognises the very small windows at the tops of the room that they're in, and they're in the cellar of the mansion. Dun dun dun. It's all very, very atmospheric. He asks Sofia if she's alright. She says yes. She says, "Are you alright?" He doesn't really say anything, he just kind of grunts at her, and tries to move, and has a bit of a pained moment, and she's like, "Okay, well, you're hurt." He brushes it off because, there are more important things, and he says we have to get out of it. And then Sofia says, basically in this tone that says, "There's something else you should know," says, "They took Elizabeth." And Elizabeth, as it turns out, was in the room, but they took her out again, for reasons as of yet unknown. She fought against the guards, but, there were more of them than there were of her, and these are, no doubt, reasonably old vampires against, quite young werewolves. So yeah, Elizabeth's AWOL. And in hearing that, Cole tries to get up and falls back down again. Not a very graceful, dignified moment for Cole there. The werewolf comes forward from these shadows beside him and has a bit of a crazed moment. It snarls at him madly. Sofia is Spanish, I've decided. She has a moment where she mumbles to herself in Spanish. When he gets over the whole "ow, that really hurt" moment, Cole turns to speak to Sofia, but before he can say anything, the door opens and the vampires come in. The wolf in the cage beside him goes berserk. It starts whining and pacing, and if you've ever seen a dog go absolutely crazy and get really anxious, it does that. It's like that squared. So yeah. Cole realises the vampires are coming towards him, and before he can really do anything, one of them grabs his ankle. I shouldn't laugh while I'm saying this, it's supposed to be really, really serious. I just feel a bit bad for doing this to him. And he tries to roll over, and he's on his back on the floor. He tries to roll over and grab something to stop them from pulling him, but it doesn't go very well, and they end up pulling him out of the room. I end on that, where they've just dragged him bodily out of the room by his ankle, and they shut the door. Sofia's crying out, the whole "don't do that," basically, and calling Cole's name. She's worried, as you would be. But yeah, the door closes, and I ended it today on Cole left alone in this poorly lit passageway with not one vampire, but 3. So yeah, he's slightly outnumbered. I do know where I'm going next. I'm not telling you guys yet, though. You'll have to wait. So yeah, who knows? Basically, it's all gone a bit pear-shaped. It's all gone a bit wrong. Yeah, I bet Cole's not really. He's regretting that decision to go along with the fight now, I bet. So yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say today. I work tomorrow, so I'll have to write before I head off, before I have my dinner, and go to work and get really bored. I wish I was at home at my keyboard. Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm gonna head off and reward myself somehow now with a movie or something. I don't know. You have to reward yourself after hitting a certain red count, I think. Reward yourself with something. Give yourself, I don't know, if a piece of cake, reading a book, a DVD, playing a game, I don't know. Treat yourself, reward yourself for doing some of your nano. That's a good incentive. Okay, I'm gonna go now before I hit 10 minutes. Okay, I will see you all tomorrow on day 17. Be safe. Bye.